'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hope that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled in for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw out the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a lustre of midday to the objects below. Then what my wandering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lovely and quick, I knew in a moment he must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancin' and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of his pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside his nose, and gave a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team he gave a whistle, and away they flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him explain, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Or was it?
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the town he came a-stalking with nary a sound. In his hand was a list with many a name, the ones who'd been naughty, the ones to be shamed. He knew where to find them, entangled in beds, enacting the wild dreams that filled their young heads. He'd watch them while stroking the axe in his sack. Oh yes, they'd be punished with hard, heavy whacks. One who had sprung from the bed to avoid the splatter was torn open and gutted, and that settled the matter. The moon on the breast of a newly slain girl gave the luster of midday to the blood in her curls, and the chuckling killer, so lively and quick, defiled the corpse in the style of old Nick. His eyes, how they twinkled, his cheeks how ruddy, how he loved this night, so long and so bloody. That drooling mouth that fearsome jaw, the beard of his chin all matted with gore, the stump of a leg he held tight in his teeth as he chewed through the flesh to the bone beneath. He stood back at last to admire his craft. He sighed with a contentment and whistled and laughed, and with that he exclaimed as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."